This is a tribute to family on my dad's side that have gone on before me. Soon there will be a video from my mom's side a little further down the line. I'm 67 years old now, that same age at which my dad had died. I'm happy to have made it this far, and I pray that Hashem, blessed be He, allows me to live even up to the limit at which He limits it. When you get older, you tend to start looking back. I remember family members when growing up in the San Joaquin Valley. Good memories. Fishing the San Joaquin River and that sandy loam that grows anything you plant into it. So here goes. Jack and Idell Schultz of blessed memory, I remember you both. Jack, you always had the overalls on and a fedora hat, riding the tractor for various chores on the farm there in Patterson, California. Idell, I remember you canning food, which was a get-together for the family. But mostly I remember you and myself fishing all over the San Joaquin River near Patterson, Crow's Landing, Newman, and Gustine. I could be sitting near you since you were catching fish, and me, I'd ask, why are you getting fish and yet I haven't got a bite? She would look at me and say, well, you're just not holding your mouth right. Jack died first, and many years later, Idell died too. Omer and Ruth Schultz of blessed memory, I remember you both. Omer, you played a mean guitar. That one piece you played and taught me. I later found out that the instrumental was Just Because by Lloyd Price. Ruth, you taught me how to raise guppies and watch them have babies. You also taught me how to make candles and molds. Ruth died first, then a year later, Omer passed on. He missed her. Bill and Oni Joyce Morgan, I remember you both. I remember me and all my cousins there in Crow's Landing climbing the hay bales. We were told not to, but we did. Let's see, there was Teresa, Jackie, Debbie, Donnie Schultz, Linda, and the little one, I can't remember her name. Bill let me drive the tractor down the rows on his left knee, and I thought I actually did a pretty good job. I know Bill died first, and later Oni Joyce followed. Vernon and Bonnie Schultz, I remember you both. I remember the whole family coming over to your place, and food would be in the dining room, and us guys would be in the living room jamming, playing our instruments, down home style, as they often did. It was a sad time when you both lost your son in a fire in the shed in Patterson. That may have contributed to your breakup. Vernon died near Kingman, Arizona in the desert, kind of homeless. I'm sorry to hear how he ended up. Wish I could have helped. He never asked, and I never knew. Jimmy and Sandy Ferguson, I remember you both. Sandy has passed on now, but my brother Jimmy, we still keep in contact. I remember my brother Jim and Sandy, their kids were virtually the same age as me. When I was born, Jim was married and had kids already. Beth and Sissy as I know them. I still keep in contact when I can, and Jim sends me a "how you doing" text almost every day. They lived in San Diego and we did too. Me and Sissy and Beth Ann decided to climb those mountains of San Diego. You know, the ones usually behind suburbs with terraces cut into them. Boy, we got into trouble there. Fortunately, nothing happened and everyone was safe. Many years later, everyone's in or near Pennsylvania now. Jose Diaz, I remember you. my childhood friend. We both lived on Urania Street, and I would go over to his family place there in Encinitas, California. I moved away from there in 1970. I don't know what happened to him. I like his dad because his dad looked just like Hank Williams Sr. And of course my mom and dad, Oscar and Flora Ferguson. I'm happy I was born to them. They were great and loving parents. I can't wait to see them again and speak with them in heaven or the future era. I want to thank them for all they did for me. I wasn't the best kid on the block, but I tried to mind them as much as possible. I think of my family often. Thank you very much.